Thanks, darling. So, did you watch it live? Nah, boring, eh? Oh, you recorded it? Okay, great. Beer, yeah, please. Oh, that's good. I fucking hate planes. Where's the cat? Oh, there you are. Murdered any small furry creatures today? No, he says, 'cause they haven't washed. Ah, wall-to-wall champagne. Sickening stuff, really. Yeah, I did meet him. He's bigger than me, the bugger. Yeah, the actors playing the others. Yeah, that's them. They were all huge, so you get the impression there's not much of him. But he's taller than me. Wasn't expecting that. Fit. Is he pretty? Fuck yes. Brad Pitt wishes he was that good looking. There he is. What do you think of the outfit? Some woman bought that for him. No straight man ever bought himself something like that. I don't care what planet he's from. Look at his face. I know that feeling. All the stupid questions, flashing cameras, people trying to touch you. Or maybe that was just me. Oh, you like it? You like the outfit? Regency, is that what they call it? Think I should get one. Yeah, except he looks like Beau Brummel and I'd look like the Fat Prince in it. Who's your fat friend? George, was it? Who's your fat friend? Blue and gold brocade. Very smart. Especially since he's mostly blue and gold himself. I suppose from his point of view, them blue pants are flesh-coloured. That's Nadia and Lewis. I'm getting old. I can never remember anybody's name anymore. You like him, I know. Camilla. He did a show called Camilla. No, not Camelot, Camilla. Intergalactic Detective. Outsmarted on a weekly basis by his partner, the glove puppet. A lot like our current government, really. Yeah, that's it. Bloody rubbish it was. Yeah, well, I know you liked it. Yeah, the little girl's really cute. Oh, I don't know. Lily? Lily? Huh, okay. There used to be an item. What, Saameron and, Nadia? Is that right? Well, that explains something. He gives Lewis a big man hug. Carries the kid around like a koala bear. Barely even looks at her. Not even once during the whole evening. Almost like he's trying not to look at her. Aha! Very interesting, Mr. Bond. That one, who's she? The one in the tight, sparkly dress with no straps. Accident waiting to happen, if you ask me. That daft bint nearly knocks him down. Good reflexes, I'll give him that. Trips and falls. There she goes. And he catches her. Now I know what your dreams are going to be about tonight. And that's when everybody goes into the movie. Nah, you'll only see the odd excerpt on this. Yeah, I watched it. Fuck me. Not many puppies and kittens in it. Do you remember the original, with the aliens in them rubber masks? Latex, whatever. Well, it's all CGI, AI, what the fuck do I know? Looks real. Used to be a bit Star Trek. Now it's more like Alien. Music's good. They put back in all the stuff that the censors took out 15 years ago. Tightened it up a bit. Much better movie. But it's a tough watch. Well, the battle scenes are bad enough. The raids, I should say. There's a scene where Saameron gets raped. Just after he joins the Vengeance, he opens his yap and says something about his owner. You don't do that, apparently. So the two trainers teach him a lesson. Smash up his face in the process. He ends up looking like a Cabbage Patch doll. And he gets his mad friend to cut his hair off with a combat knife. Mad. Crackers. Looney Tunes. One of the pretty ones with the amazing eyes. Kiss what? I can't even say that. Kiss Onak. Well, it's all you're getting. Like calling a cat. Ks, ks, ks. Ksonak. Right. You happy now? What? Why cut his hair? So he won't look so, pretty boy. Not me, that's what the Nadiv trainer called him. Pretty boy. The worst is the scene that shows what it was like to be trained. No, not to fight. The way what is it again, the big ones? The owners. No, not them. Yeah, them. The way they train slaves when they're kids. Saameron as a little boy. Little? About Simon's age. With this huge fucking hairy-ass man telling him to smile. Both naked. No, you only see his arse, thank God. And smacking him hard until he does what he's told. Picks him up by the hair, tells him again, smile. Better, but don't look me in the eye. Wallop. Knocks him to the floor. Picks him up by the hair and sits him down again each time. Are you crying? Wallop. Fuck me. Nah, they didn't use a real child. Way I understand it, they had an actor wearing one of them suits with the dots on it. Motion capture. Is that what they call it? Then they build what do you call it? An avatar. Really? I thought that was... Well, if you say so. A moving 3D image thing, like they do for games. But this was really realistic. It looked like Saameron, but a kid. A little kid based on him. But, regressed is that what he would have looked like as a boy. And they sampled his voice, cloned it, then de-aged that as well. Not that he got to say much. It really looked like they were battering some little boy. The woman next to me was shaking, had both her hands over her mouth, like that, crying. It was a bit grim. First thing he said when I introduced him was, I feel like I've been through a battle. You got any more beer? Thanks, darling. Oh, and that Lewis that you like so much? He was a HNF officer. Saameron kills him with a knife, sticks him, twists it, then stares in his face as he's dying and says, smile. Cool as you like. Ta. Nah, that was still in it. Where he gets shot in the back, where he dies. Yeah. Him shagging the Aussie actress. She was the star, wasn't she? I forgot about that. She what? Where do you read all this stuff? She didn't like him touching her. Well, she'd be happy to know she's not in the movie anymore. I didn't even notice she'd gone. Yeah, I'll take you to see it if you want. Long as I could take my iPad and my earphones with me. Yeah, here he comes. He's watched me taking the piss out of the others, so he's waiting to see what I'll say about him. Nah, I just ripped up the card and chucked it over my shoulder. It was blank anyway. Well, you made me promise, didn't you? The silly bitch who wrote his speech. Yeah, he was supposed to give the project a bit of a, big it up a bit. And he drags out these cards, his hands shaking, poor sod, and he starts to read this turgid introduction. What? I did go to school, Pompous. Anyway, he says what the project does, reads it out real careful, and then she's written smile So he reads it out. Smile. No, he said that they were busy and he hadn't read the cards before. Yeah, well, he's an hero, not a compere. He was all confused. Then he realises it's an instruction from her. Smile. I was close enough to see him go pale. He looks up and says, I guess she hasn't seen the movie yet. Poor sod. I'm waving my hands trying to get him to rip the cards up. In the end, he puts them down, delicate like. Talks off the cuff. Pretty good, really. How they needed money and support. About what happens to ETs that don't get help. Told a god-awful story about going somewhere in the Middle East to bring in a Kherrip. Somebody like him. But he was dead, beaten to death before they got there. Yeah. And did you know this? You can buy Saameron sex dolls. Japanese. Life-size. I can get you one for Christmas if you like. Program him to say all the stuff you like. I've always wanted a woman with something to grab hold of. Ow! Ow! Stop it! Stop it! Well, no. He has no legal rights, so there's no law against it. Nah. No more than if somebody made a copy of this fat cat. They even met ones that looked like him as a kid. Yeah, charming, isn't it? Well, of course that's illegal. He told some sad little tale about making the movie and shagging every woman who didn't get out of the way. Well, be fair, he'd just spent almost a year locked up in an institute. Yeah, that's right, in England. Yeah, that's right, just down the road from your nan, wasn't it? Anyway, so he's been putting it about a bit. Good on him, right? The crew of the Vengeance never had enough to eat, so they were all scrawny. So the actors' catering was restricted to keep them all... Yeah. No, they never offered me a part. Funny that. You want to hear this story or not? Okay, the biscuits are rationed. He's in the queue for food. And he overhears... He has great hearing, apparently. No, I don't think it counts as a superpower. He overhears a couple of ladies, and I use the term very loosely, discussing him, one saying, "Darling, I think he'd do you for a biscuit." It's funny, every so often he comes up with something that sounds really English, like biscuit. No, they call them cookies, don't they? Yeah, he learned some English here before they parcelled him off to the States. Probably fed him hobnobs with his tea. Anyway, he didn't care much for that. But then he made a joke about how many biscuits he got after that. Yeah, they loved him. The same silly mayor who wrote his speech pitched up with a box of puppies. Puppies, for fuck's sake. He's got this little ball of fluff in his hand saying, "Why am I holding a puppy?" And there's cameras going off in his face. Photo op. Like the Gala wasn't enough for her. Silly cow. Then that one. Oh, what's her name? Jen something. Yeah, that's her. The one who nearly knocked him over. She turns up and offers him a biscuit for a kiss. They were handing out these little tiny sugary biscuits with the champagne. Yeah, one of them. Nah, it wouldn't be the same if she offered him a Jaffa cake, would it? That's going to be everywhere by tomorrow. They're feeding him one of them fancy biscuits. He did a real number on her. You know, American gigolo stuff. Switched on the charm. Smooched round behind her, rubbing his nose on the back of her neck. Rubbing, I said, not wiping. That's a different story. Yeah, I was watching. Well, there was bugger all else to do. After I did my bit, I spent most of my time wishing I could get back to the hotel, take my shoes off. Yeah, they're tight. That's nothing to do with it. I haven't got fat feet, have I? Anyway, first biscuit, he lets her kiss him. She complains he didn't kiss her back. Then he says that will cost you another biscuit. It was funny, her chasing round after the champagne waiters, grabbing these little biscuits in that fancy dress and high heels. Yeah, gave her a good old snog in the end. Only cost her a few biscuits, and they were free. You recorded what? Oh, I hate that show. Bunch of old women bitching. Oh, they reviewed the Gala. And the movie. They mentioned me. Oh, okay. If I must. Make us a cup of tea first, would you? Well, the cat's on me. I don't want to disturb him, do I? You're a darling. Yeah. I'll give you a kiss if you bring me a biscuit.